Virtually everybody in Canada is complaining about the gas tax. Even if you don't drive very much, you buy food, and the food is really more expensive because of the price of getting the food to wherever you buy it. But there's a secret out there. Quebec doesn't pay anything near as much as the rest of Canada. Dan McTeague is a former Liberal MP, but more importantly, he knows gas and oil prices. He joins me right now. I was stunned when I learned about this. I've asked around. Most people have no idea that Quebec has a free deal. What is the deal?
No, the deal is that the federal government doesn't impose equivalency on Quebec in terms of the carbon tax that it does on every other province in the country. Now, other provinces like BC have said, yeah, we're there, don't worry about it. But Quebec has a very different type of carbon tax. They refer to it as cap and trade. Works out to about 8-9 cents a litre. When you and I are paying 11, heading up to 35 cents a litre, they'll still be at 12 or 13 cents a litre max.
Don't other provinces have cap and trade?
Exactly. Nova Scotia had one, and basically the Prime Minister and Minister of Environment told Nova Scotia to pound sand. You're going to be paying what the rest of the country is buying.
I understand there is an argument. You can make an argument and say, okay, you have cap and trade, and these guys don't, Ontario and the rest don't, so therefore you don't have to pay the same tax. But if Nova Scotia has cap and trade, why are they getting hammered and Quebec not?
We need a Joseph Howe for those historians out there to push back. But beyond that, it's simply because there aren't the votes there. Quebec matters. Nova Scotia, I'm afraid to say, in terms of the Trudeau Liberals, doesn't. And you're going to pay through the nose because not only are you looking at a tax on top of heating oil that you need there, on top of diesel, on top of gasoline, you're doing it in a province that actually is already carbon neutral to begin with. So it's a double whammy for provinces and an insult because you're just too small and you don't count Nova Scotia.
Now, you're always in the media talking about gas and the prices and all kinds of other stuff. Tell me why most Canadians don't know what we were just talking about, that Quebec has a free ride, the rest of Canada does not. Is it, again, mainstream media being paid by the PMO?
I don't know if that's because they're paid, but they're certainly ignorant. And the fact is that even in provinces like Nova Scotia, people that I've often done interviews with won't even talk about it. In fact, they won't call. They want to know what the gas price prediction is, but they won't call to get the facts of how the public in their own constituencies, their viewers, their listeners, are being fleeced by a federal government that hasn't got the backbone to stand up to Quebec, or at least go for what I think all the Liberals believe in, equality.
Well, I know, but it's all votes. We know that. I mean, it's the seats, as you pointed out to start, the seats in Quebec, and very few in Nova Scotia. They'll probably get those anyway, they think. But it just seems so darn unfair, and most Canadians are in ignorance.
And they're also told in Nova Scotia, no, you're not going to get the chance to frack your own land. No, you're not going to be able to use any of that natural gas you have out there. Even if the world really needs natural gas, we're not only going to penalize you with a carbon tax that hurts you, doesn't hurt Quebec. At the end of the day, you just don't rate.
Revelations, according to Dan McTeague. 3 minutes. A number of people tell me I am no longer a Liberal. I am a Liberal, and this station is not about Liberal or Conservative politics, nor about left or right politics. It is about efficient government and honest government and getting the best way to help people in Canada. That is why we are not paid by the government, and that is why we're looking for your support. Press subscribe, and if you can make a donation, we appreciate it.